Hi, Dean Sarles-Dinsick.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well, and you?
I'm very good.
Ready for 73 questions about the international programs at Columbia GS?
I am so ready.
So first, what's your name?
My name is Jessica Sarles-Dinsick.
And where are you from?
I am from a small town in the Hudson Valley called Clinton Corners. It's near Poughkeepsie, New York.
And where are we right now?
We are on Low Plaza here on the Columbia University campus.
And favorite spot on campus?
It's actually right behind us, the Low Steps. Especially first thing in the spring when it starts to get warm out, everyone sits on the steps and just kind of remembers why they like being in New York City.
And what's your current role?
My current role is Associate Dean for International Programs and in the School of General Studies.
And how long have you been on it?
I've been in the role for about 7 years, but I've been at GS for 15.
And when did you start working at Columbia then? I guess 15 years ago?
15 years ago in 2008.
And can you share a bit about your educational background?
Absolutely. I went and did my undergrad at SUNY Purchase in Westchester County. I studied jazz music and then did my master's degree at Teachers College in International and Comparative Education.
And how did you start working in international education?
I've always been a little bit of an internationalist. I've always been interested in international things. When I was doing my undergrad, loved Latin jazz and loved just learning about other cultures. I minored in French as well. And when I started working at GS, we were building the dual degree programs while I started working here. And I just kind of got into the programs as they were being built. Not exactly by accident, but definitely not planned. My career just kind of took that direction.
And that's what inspired you to then work in international education?
That's right, absolutely.
And if you weren't working in international education, what would you be doing?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I still think that I would do something with knowledge. I had to think about this one because I think I would maybe work in a bookstore or I don't know. I just don't know.
And I'm guessing that besides the beach, is there any other spot that you like on campus?
Oh gosh, there are so many spots. I love Butler Library. I love the reading rooms in Butler Library. The Teachers College Library is great as well. I just really like books. I think that's the theme.
And do you have any favorite hobbies?
Oh, I have so many hobbies. I still play music from time to time. I play the ukulele. I have 2 cats. They are very spoiled. They are my hobby. I love baking. I love just hanging out with friends. I don't know. I feel very boring right
now. That's all good. And now moving into the history of international programs.
Yeah.
What are the current international programs partnership offered at GS?
So we have the Dual BA program with Sciences Po in France. We have the Dual BA program with Trinity College Dublin in Ireland. And we have our dual degree program with Tel Aviv University in Israel and the joint bachelor's degree program with the City University of Hong Kong.
And I'm guessing all of them are dual BAs?
The Trinity, Sciences Po, and Tel Aviv University are dual BAs, and the City University of Hong Kong program is a joint bachelor's degree program.
And when was the first dual BA program established?
It was established in 2010. That was the Sciences Po dual BA program, and that was really based on a pre-existing joint degree program with the Jewish Theological Seminary that's 3 blocks north of us here in New York.
And I'm guessing and which was the second one then, if that was the first?
The second one was the City University of Hong Kong Joint Bachelor's Degree Program. Yeah.
And the latest one?
The latest one is Tel Aviv University.
And how many are there currently, approximately?
There are 4 programs, and across all 4 programs, there are about 800 students.
And what was the vision behind starting these programs?
The vision behind starting these programs actually came in about 2008 or so, when then President Lisi Bollinger really challenged all of the schools at Columbia to think about what an international education can mean within the context of each school's mission. Sciences Po was also looking to partner with an American university and create a dual BA program at the same time.
Oh, nice! Didn't know that.
Yeah, both of those missions and both of those kind of directives came together at exactly the right moment.
And how long did it take for these programs to develop?
For the dual BA program with Sciences Po, it took about 2.5 to 3 years, I think. And then from there, it's gotten a little bit faster. We've been able to start building programs in about 2 years for the Trinity College Dublin program, and it only took 1 year for the dual degree program with Tel Aviv University.
Oh wow, that's impressive. They got like excelled, I guess.
Yeah.
And has there been like a pivotal moment in the history of the programs?
I think COVID obviously was a very kind of defining moment for the programs. And even though obviously it was a crisis and it was terrible in so many ways, to me, the strength the partnerships that we've built with all of our partners really shone through in that moment, because we got to see just how strong those relationships are and how dedicated all of our partners were to making sure that students were safe and had a good education and were able to really engage as much as possible in the middle of a crisis, in the middle of a pandemic.
And for being here since the start of these international programs, have there been any surprises for you?
Oh, there's always surprises. Every year there's a surprise. I think the thing that surprised me most is how often students just surprise us in the best possible ways, because we think the programs are one thing, but it's really the students who kind of keep telling us what the programs really are, because you're the ones living the experience.
I do agree with that. And now talking about the current programs and partnerships, what do you think makes a Columbia Dual BA unique?
I think the combination of two different universities that are excellent on their own, coming together to offer an education to students and to offer something that's a little bit different than the normal educational experience, that goes beyond study abroad, I think that's really what makes them different and unique.
And can you explain the structure of these programs?
Absolutely. In all of the contexts, students spend 2 years at our partner university, whether that's at Sciences Po, at City University of Hong Kong, Trinity College Dublin, or Tel Aviv University. And then in years 3 and 4, they come to Columbia University and they complete major and core curriculum requirements. And at the end of the experience, they get 2 bachelor's degrees out of the process.
And how are you able to mix two completely different educational systems into one college experience?
That is my entire job. So really that takes a lot of coordination, a lot of discussion with our partners, making sure that our degree requirements on the Columbia side match the degree requirements with our partners, making sure vice versa that our partners' degree requirements match ours and really blend seamlessly in a way that allows students to make that transition as easily as possible.
And how do you ensure the quality of education across the different locations?
It takes a lot of vetting. We do a lot of research. We have many, many conversations. It's why building a program takes so long.
Mm-hmm.
Between a year and 3 years, we really have conversations with faculty, with different administrators, with students in each of the partners to really determine whether a potential partner is a good fit.
And what's the most innovative aspect of these programs, what you say?
I think to my mind, it's the core of the programs, because we're not exporting a Columbia experience to another country. What we're really doing is partnering with local expertise in universities that are grounded in the country, in the location, and bringing something together that hopefully is greater than the sum of its parts.
And what partnerships do you think are integral to the success of these programs?
Oh, I mean, I'm so grateful for all of my colleagues around the world. They are so good at what they do. They're so responsive and so dedicated to this experience for students. So I think it's the partnerships, not just between institutions and the desire between kind of institutions to partner together, but actually the people behind it, because our partners are amazing.
And what is the biggest Dual BA program currently offered?
The biggest Dual BA program currently offered is the Sciences Po Dual BA.
And the smallest?
The smallest is the City University of Hong Kong.
And the newest?
The newest is Tel Aviv University.
And I'm guessing the oldest?
The oldest is Sciences Po.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And overall, how many students are currently enrolled in a Dual BA at GS?
About 800 students across all 4 years and all of our partners.
And now that you mentioned that Sciences Po, and me being from Sciences Po, was the first dual degree program, why did you start with Sciences Po?
We started with Sciences Po because the president of Sciences Po at the time, Richard Descoings, we already had a dual master's program here at Columbia, between Columbia and Sciences Po. And Richard Descoings came to us and met with the provost office and the Alliance program here on campus and said, we'd like to start a dual BA program that's built on the same model as the dual master's program. And we looked at the Sciences Po curriculum, we looked at the GS curriculum, the Columbia curriculum in general, and realized how nicely they aligned with one another. And it was almost a no-brainer.
So I guess these were the perfect qualities to make Sciences Po the first partnership.
Absolutely.
And how was that building of a first dual BA at the beginning like?
Oh, goodness. We had an idea of what we were doing, because we did have the joint bachelor's degree program with JTS that had been in existence for several decades at that point. But it was still learning the French educational system, learning how to translate the 20-point grading scale to an American grading scale, learning how to really kind of navigate all of those things. So we learned a lot in that first program.
And I'm guessing, did you have any references? such as other dual BAs in the U.S., like in the country, other universities?
We are actually the first dual BA,
wow, that's so
first
nice.
international dual BA in the U.S.
I didn't know that.
So we did not have any references. We were going based on a couple of different models that we had, and hoping for the best.
And about the current dual BAs offered with Sciences Po, which ones are the ones currently offered? I know I'm URAM in France, but what are the ones other offered?
So there is the Reims campus, which has the America minor and the Africa minor. We have the Poitiers campus, which is the Latin America and Caribbean minor. We have the Le Havre campus, which is
So nice.
Asia, and the Menton campus, which is the Middle East and Mediterranean.
And what has been your favorite city of the Sciences Po programs? I'm from
France. I can't choose.
So I won't take it personally. No worries.
Oh gosh, I can't choose. It's so hard. I love all of them. I did do my first homestay in France in Normandy, so I have a soft spot in my heart for Le Havre, but I love all of the campuses so much.
Okay, not even the Menton Beach.
The Menton Beach is gorgeous. I can't choose. It's like choosing between children. I can't do it.
And how have you seen this dual BA change since its beginning?
I think we expected the program to be popular, but I don't think we expected it to be as popular as it turned out to be. We thought maybe we would have 100 students in the program overall.
Wow. Okay, and we're a lot.
And there are a lot. We definitely underestimated how popular the program was going to be.
And were there any surprises with the Sciences Po dual BA?
I mean, oh gosh, there have been so many, but most of them have been good. The students and the kind of idealism and optimism that students bring to the program has been such a wonderful surprise. I think really just meeting our partners and getting to know who our partners are as people has been fantastic. And seeing just how impressive students are once they graduate and the things that they go on to do after graduation is really amazing.
And overall, is it what you expected looking back?
I don't know that I even knew what to expect. I don't think I could have projected this. No, I don't think it was, because I don't think I had the imagination to see how this could have grown in the way that it has.
And with how many students did it start with?
We started with 4 students as part of a pilot program.
4 students.
4.
Wow.
A very brave 4 students who we gave the opportunity to kind of apply in their second year at Sciences Po.
Oh,
and
nice.
They accepted that offer. And that's really how things started. And in the first incoming class where we admitted first year students, I think we had 26 students total.
Wow, 26.
Very
and
small.
How many people have gone through this program already?
Just over 600, almost 620.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're growing. And are there any growth expectations for the next 10 years?
At this point, I think the thing that we've learned is to not really put too many expectations on growth, because every time we think we know what we're going to see, we're wrong, like wrong in the best possible way. So we hope to keep growing the program, in terms of the way that we are recruiting students. We do have the Poitiers campus, which is new, so we hope to attract more students to Poitiers. But beyond that, not really.
Yeah, I remember Poitiers didn't exist when I applied.
That's right, yeah.
And in regards to the other dual BAs, jumping into the other ones, how many students are in the other dual BAs that are offered?
So in the CityU Joint Bachelor's Degree program, we have just over 50 students.
Okay.
In the Trinity College Dublin program, we have 225. And in the Tel Aviv University program, we have about 150.
Okay, and have you seen a similar growth in that?
They've been different. Each of them. The CityU program, we only recruit students who are in their second year at CityU, and so that's a little bit different in terms of recruitment. They have to be in an approved major, and so I think that one is pretty static. We have about 50 students every year. And then for Trinity, we've seen a very similar trajectory in terms of program growth and the way that students are recruited. For Tel Aviv University, we launched and welcomed the first incoming class during COVID.
Oh, wow.
So that was a challenge.
I can imagine.
We learned a lot during that moment. So growth for that program has been a little bit smaller, but we're starting to catch up.
And any upcoming partnerships that we can be excited about or we can know about?
We are doing research in a couple of different areas. I can't report anything yet, but we're working on it.
Okay, so it's expanding.
Yeah.
And if you just had to describe the Dual BA program in one word, what would it be for Sciences Po?
I think for Sciences Po, it would be, what was it going to be? I think it would be engaged.
And for Trinity?
For Trinity, it would be, oh goodness, I can't say engaged again. I think it would be, oh no, I knew what it was going to be. I think it would be, I I feel like I'm excluding other things if I'm
No
calling one
worries.
program something and another not. I think I would call it intellectual,
And what about Tel Aviv?
innovative,
City U
City U driven.
and GTS?
JTS, I think, balanced.
And now moving a little bit to the admissions, as we get a lot of questions on that.
Of course.
And this huge growth, what is the usual student that is in the dual BA, would you say?
It's very hard to pinpoint the kind of typical dual BA student, but I think most of the most common thing that we see that's common across all of the programs is a sense of curiosity and a sense of adventure.
And what has changed since inception, like this sort of applicant?
Honestly, not that much has changed. I think that's been really interesting to see, because we can see when we're in an information session or when we are talking to a student who might be interested in the program, when you describe the program to them and their face lights up and they say, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for. I didn't even know I was looking for it. And we've seen that now for almost 14 years.
And what are you looking for in an applicant?
We are looking for interesting people who have interesting ideas about the world, who have questions about the world. We're not looking for grade robots, if that makes sense. We're really looking for people who want to go and have experiences and engage with the world around them.
And any tips for incoming students?
I would say stay curious, ask questions, and that's probably the best way to go about things.
And if you were to write an application for the dual BA, what would you say?
I probably wouldn't get in. I think I would want to investigate. I realize I'm coming at this as someone who works in the dual BA programs, but I love the idea of education and the way that education helps to create citizenship. I would want to, I think, write an essay or an application about the way that education creates citizenship in different places, in different geographies, and in different localities.
And to which one will you apply, by the way, if you had the choice?
Oh,
I know it's tough. It's tough.
I don't know. I would have a really hard time deciding between all of the different programs.
And any tips for the interview process?
I would say we're really here to get to know students. We're not here to ask any kind of gotcha questions. We really want to know who you are as an applicant and who you would be as a potential student and member of the community. And those are really the most important things that we want to talk about during the interview process.
And is there like an average admission rate to the programs?
Not really. It really depends on the number of students that we have applications from every year and the number of students who are a good fit. But typically in the last few years, we've seen that we admit around 100 students to Sciences Po. That changes a little bit every year.
Of course.
We admit around probably somewhere between around 80 students to Trinity, but that's continuing to grow. We admit around 50 to Tel Aviv University. That's continuing to grow.
Yeah, I imagine. It's like
so it changes every year. It's very hard to kind of keep pace with.
And I'm guessing they're getting more competitive then.
They are indeed.
And we have like 5 questions left.
Okay.
So when it comes to international programs, how does your office support Columbia students while abroad?
My office and the team of amazing colleagues that I work with, we do a lot to try to support students, and we're always open to feedback and suggestions. We always want to know how we can support students better. But the big things that we do are obviously giving students as much information as we can about the admission process and the post-admission process, what they need to know before they arrive on campus in their first year, and then doing the same thing in their third year, the transition packet that gets sent out so that students know what they need to do to prepare for their time at Columbia. We also send out monthly emails to all of our students in all of our dual BA programs. If you have suggestions, please send them to us.
I will.
So yeah, and everything in between.
And what resources are available for students that are abroad?
There are obviously all of the resources at the partner university, but students can also access Columbia Library resources. They can access the Center for Career Education. They have access to health supports and mental health supports through the International SOS, travel insurance that we have here through Columbia. And if students have specific questions about a support that they would like or that they're looking for, we always encourage people to reach out just in case there's something that we don't have on our radar that we can investigate for them.
And now looking back into the students that have transitioned to the Columbia, will you say that Columbia is hard?
I think Columbia is hard, and that's part of the design of the programs for sure. But I think that each of our partners sets the students up in each program incredibly well for academic and personal success. And the goal is to be able to make that transition and meet that challenge in a way that's not overly challenging, but one that kind of causes and invites students to kind of reach for that challenge.
I love that. And what's one piece of advice you give to students just starting this program?
Oh gosh. One piece of advice: enjoy your time at the partner. Really
I agree.
invest your time at the partner. If you're at Sciences Po, enjoy your time at Sciences Po so much. Don't worry about the Columbia side of things because it will get here before you know it. And that's our job to worry about for you. We'll tell you when you need to worry about things. If you're at Trinity, enjoy your time at Trinity. At Tel Aviv University, enjoy your time in Tel Aviv. City U, the same thing. Let us do the worrying about all of the administrative stuff, and we'll let you know when things need to happen.
I do agree with all of that. I'm a living example of that. And if you had to describe a dual BA student in one word, what would you say?
Oh, amazing. Dual BA students are amazing.
And any final words?
I think that's it. This has been super fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's super helpful.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll see you soon.
Amazing. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.